Welcome back to the channel. So today we will be solving this Google SQL interview question. It is a really very important interview problem where you will learn a lot of tricks basically to solve these kind of questions where we need to generate a custom column using which we can group the data, right? So this is the crux, or you can say that the pattern of question where we solve these kind of question where we need to generate a group, right? So let's see the input and output and understand like what exactly we need to solve and what is given. So in this question, you can see that we have two tables, this table, first table and the second table. The name of the first table is failed and the second table is succeeded, right? So these are the two tables where we have the columns like fail date and success date, right? And in the output, we can see that we have three columns. The first is period state, start date, and the end date, right? So let's read out the challenge and see how this output is getting generated from the input. Write an SQL query to generate a report of period state. Okay, so this column for each contiguous interval of days. Oh, each contiguous interval. So basically we need to find the contiguous, right? So this uh, word is very important, right? In the period from 2019 01 to 2019 12/31. Okay, so basically by reading this one we understood that we just need the 2019 data, right? So here in the input we can see that we have 2018 data also, so we need to just extract this out, right? We need to just play with the 2019 data. So like let's write the approach or the understanding which we have from the reading after reading the question. That is, we need 2019 data, right? Okay, let's understand this. So if we see the output, let's discuss this case failed. So basically the period state is failed. So we need to extract all the contiguous dates where the execution, or we can say that this is the data of some engine or anything. So we need to extract the contiguous date where the process was failed, right? So we can see that we have only these two records and these are contiguous. Basically on the 4th of January it passed, and then 5th of January, sorry, on 4th of January it failed, and 5th of January it failed, right? So we have the start date and the end date as 4 and 5, right? I think this one is clear. Let's understand the second one, basically the success one. So if we see this succeeded, this is starting from the 1st of January to 3rd of January. And if we see here, we have records like 1st to 3rd, it is succeeding, right? So this is one of the contiguous group. And again, we have a success case on the 6th, but we don't have a record for 4th and 5th. So like since we have only one record, so it is starting on 6th and ending on 6th. So this is what we need to generate, basically the start and end date, right? So this is the input, this is the output, right? So like by looking at this question, I'm clear that we need to generate a group basically. Why group? So wherever you see a single column, or we can say that date column, in those cases, and we need the start and end. So this pattern you will see in a lot of interview question on SQL. Wherever you see a single date column and you need to find a start and date, then it is like 99% it is an indication that we need to generate a group column basically, through which we can group the data and take the min and max. Basically the min is nothing but start date and max is nothing but an end date. You will find a lot of interview problem where we need to solve a question like this, right? So once you solve this question, you can solve a lot of question, like how we have the patterns in DSA, right? Similar way in SQL also we have a lot of patterns basically. So let's understand this. So the first step is to extract 2019 data. Then the second step, what we can do, like we have the fail date and success date. Since these are the same data type values, so we can union this, right? So the second step will be the union of failed data and succeeded data. So this will be our second step. The third step will be generating the group, right? So we will be use lag window function to generate the group, right? The fourth step will be Since now we have the group, so we will use the group by to group the data and take the and maximum of this date column to get our required answer, right? So these are the four steps in which we will be solving this problem. So without wasting our time, let's jump to our DWeaver console and code it up this, right? This approach. So yeah, let's start. So this is the the failed um, data and this is the succeeded data table, right? So let's start. So our first step was to get only the 2019 data, right? So what we can do, we can write select star from failed where. So I'm solving this in PostgreSQL. So here we have extract function basically, where we can find the year part and select only the 2019 data, right? So we can write from the column failed date, right? Okay, so let me run this. So since you can see here, we have four record, right? Now we should have only two record, right? So only we have two record. So this is for the failed table. The same way we need to do for the succeeded table also, right? And here the column name is success, right? Let me run this now. Okay, so earlier we had like total six record, but now we have only four record. So the step one is done. The second step was union of these two data, right? So this is quite simple. We just need to put union in between and put this in the CT. So we can write with CT as, and we can simply write select star from CT, right? And let me run this. Okay. Is there any issue? Four record from that and two record from this one. Yeah, we have total um, six record. So, but if you see here, we have one issue. The issue is now by looking at this, we are not able to identify like which record is from the success table, which record is from the failed table, right? So to solve this issue, we can have this column. So we can write failed as period state. Basically, this is what the column name was. We need this column period state where we have the values like failed and succeeded, right? So we can write like this failed state and the column name. Basically, the column name was failed date. We can name this as event date. Basically, event can be fail or success, right? We can simply copy paste the same thing over here also and replace the failed with succeeded, succeeded, and here the fail should be success, right? So let me run this now. Okay, now you can see we have four records where the values are coming from the succeeded and two record for the failed one. Now we can clearly identify which one is for the success and which one is for the failure. Okay. The next step was generating a lag so that we can create a group. Let me generate the lag, right? So we can have lag of event date, right? So this uh, lag of this period state, right? So we can write period state and we want only one value, and wherever we don't have lag we need to have this period state, right? Period state over, we need to generate this lag over event date. It's simple, right? Order by event date. Let me show you how this will help us creating the group. So we can write previous state, Okay, let me run this. So you can see now this data is in the sorted manner, and we have, so for this one, since there is nothing is previous, so we have the same as this, and for this one we have the previous as succeeded, and similarly for this one the um, previous is succeeded, right? But the record is for the failed. So this will help us creating the group, right? Let me show you how this will help. So this is done, right? The next step will be what we can do. We can let me put this in the CT again, right? So this is the new table. So we can write the with CT as okay. So the second step will be we will create one flag column which will help us to create a group, right? So let me create that group. So we will write, or we can say that the flag column. So we can write with cd as, so how we will create the flag. So whenever the period state and the previous state is same, that means the process is succeeding. Wherever we will see like mismatch. So here you can see that in the row 4 we have the period state as failed, but the previous state is succeeded. That means there is a change in the group. Similarly you can see here. Similarly, you can see here. Here the period state is succeeded, but in the previous state column we have failed. So here also there is a change in the group, right? So this is how we will create the group. Let me do so. So we will write case when period state is equal to the previous state, then 0 wherever it is this 0, else 1, and as flag. Let me run this. Okay, okay. Now you can see these three records are having 0. Why? Because these two columns are the column number 1 and column number 3 are same 0. Again, here you can see for the row 4 and 5, there was a mismatch. So it is 1 for the row number 4, and there is a match. That's why it is 0 for row number 5. And for the row number 6 we have a mismatch, so we have 1. So like this is one more trick. Basically in such scenario how we deal is to create a group. Basically you can see that by looking at this flag column we only have the two group, right? 0 and 1, but we need to create a group in such a way that we can have that with the period state, right? So what we can do, we can create we can write like this. We can sum this value, and we can write like uh, incremental value basically, or a running sum. So we can write order by. So this is a trick basically how we solve these kind of questions. Okay, event date. So let me do this, then you will understand. And let me, okay, so if we do the like the running sum, so the summation of these will be what? 0, right? Again there is a change, so this will be the summation of these two will be 1, and again 1 plus this one is 2. So where total we will be having three groups, right? So let me run this. Okay, now you can see these three were same matching, so we have one group, right? Here we had a mismatch, right? So we have the next group starting with the flag will be 1, right? Since this is a running sum, and again here we have a change, so the previous one and this one, so this is true. So total we have three groups, right? And now since we know the group, so for each group we can get the event date start and end. So that will be the start and end date for a period state, right? So the next step will be, so what we can do, we can have this in the ct ct2s. So if you didn't understand this part, right, the flag thing, so what you can do, you can like, I will provide the create statement in the description section. You can try it by yourself also, right? So once you run this, you will understand clearly like how this is working. Okay. So instead of flag here, we can write group. Okay. Group underscore. Okay. So let me run this again. So let's start from CT2 and okay, the same thing. Okay, now we will group the data. So we will use period state and the group in the group by, and we will take the min and max of the event date to get the start and end. So we'll write group by period state comma group. So for each period state, we need to generate a event start and event end using this group column. So we'll write period state comma min. Min is nothing but start date of event as start date comma max of event date as end date, right? And let me explain you what we should expect. So here you can see that the success for the group 0 from 1 to 3rd of January. Similarly, for the fail, we have from 4 to 5th of January fail. And then again, we have only one record. So this is the success case, right? We should get total 3 record since we have the 3 groups over here. Okay, we got error. Let me see what is the issue. Event date. Okay, this should be event date, not event state, right? Let me run this again. Okay, and let me sort this data on the order by we can write start date for the better understanding. Okay, okay, now we can see for succeeded 1 2 3, for failed 4 2 5, and for the again succeeded 6. And if you see here 1 2 3 4 2 5 6, right? So yes, I think we have solved this problem. And yes, you can find the in create statement and you can try it by yourself also. And if you're new to this channel, you can check out our other playlist also. We have a lot of interview related content on this channel in different texts, basically in SQL, PySpark, Python, Pandas, Python, all these kind of data related technology which we need for the interview, right? So yes, if you like, please do like, subscribe, and share the channel. Let's meet in the next problem. Until then, bye.